Cole Caufield is one of my favorite players in the entire league. The dude has an electric shot, he's super skilled, and he's got a ton of charisma in the media, and by all accounts, he's awesome with fans, which honestly, you need if you're playing in a market like Montreal. And let's be honest here, I think he's the best pure goal scorer that the Montreal Canadiens have had in over a decade and a half. But listen to me when I say this, Habs fans, his contract situation is extremely interesting right now. And look, he's going to sign. Don't be worried about all this stuff I'm hearing about, oh, he might go elsewhere, you're going to get offer sheet or whatever. No. He's going to sign. He's going to be a Montreal Canadien next season. That much is a given. However, this one contract can set up for the next, 8 to 10 years. First of all, how long Cole Caufield's going to be a Montreal Canadien for, and second of all, how good the team is going to be able to be. And let me give you a couple of examples to prove my point here. So Matthew Tkachuk, back in 2019, signs a 3-year extension with the Calgary Flames. We've been over this. That was maybe one of the biggest mistakes in Flames franchise history. He gets to that 3 years. He says, oh, right, I'm a free agent. I have some say here. Yes, I'm an RFA. It's not UFA, but I'm a free agent. I have some power. I don't have to go back to Calgary if I don't want to. And now I can get the major bag after getting paid $7 million in that 3-year bridge deal. Obviously, we all know what happened next. I don't need to talk about it again for the 1,000th time. Auston Matthews in 2019 signs a 5-year extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs, basically rolling out the red carpet. Here you go, Auston. Let's walk you right down to free agency. I'll dust it off for you. And now the Leafs are in a really nervous situation where next year, this dude's a free agent. Kyle Dubas just left, who was honestly the guy who would have had a real awesome chance to sign Auston Matthews. And now, Leaf fans are going to be nervous for the next year and a bit, unless Auston signs right now, which, why would he? And over there now, they've got a repeat of the Johnny Gaudreau last year in Calgary fiasco. And if Auston, even if he does decide to re-sign with the Maple Leafs, they're going to have to sign him way above market value in order to keep him from teams like LA and San Jose. But here's the other side of the coin here, and let's see if you can figure out which one the Habs should be absolutely praying to Maurice Richard to do with Cole Caufield here. So Tim Stützle, at 20 years old, signed an 8-year extension with the Ottawa Senators worth $8.35 million per season, and that was before Stützle had an explosive season in the NHL. It was always still kind of, oh, what's this kid going to be exactly? We know he's going to be good, but just how good? Nope, the Senators said, you know what? We're going to get out in front of this, and we're going to sign him to the big money because it's going to help us save money in the long run. The New Jersey Devils took a 21-year-old Jack Hughes and decided, hey, you want 8 years times $8 million? Here you go, right there, bang. And that was before he had his amazing season in the NHL that he just finished having here. And bang, now $8 million for 8 years for Jack Hughes. That seems to be an incredible steal for the New Jersey Devils. And both of these guys are locked up until they're 29 years old. And honestly, they already do look like two of the best value contracts in the NHL, but they're going to keep looking even better. That's what the Montreal Canadiens need to do with Cole Caufield. They cannot let him do the Matthew Tkachuk bridge deal or the Auston Matthews, roll out the red carpet for me to free agency here. Because if they do, and let's say Cole signs between 3 to 5 years at $8 million, because hey, listen, Cole hasn't scored 30 goals in the league yet. I know he was on track to blow that up this past season, but he got injured. He hasn't scored more than 26 goals in the National Hockey League. The Habs could absolutely say, oh, we're in a bit of a cap crunch here. Here's 3 years times $8 million. What do you say, Cole? Let's do it. But then when that contract's up, Cole could easily see a team that he's playing on that, hey, you know what, the Habs aren't as good as I hoped they'd be, or, ooh, it would be really nice to play out the spotlight, or his mind can start to wander like Tkachuk's did, and maybe like Auston is doing right now, to other places where the grass might be greener. Whereas if you lock him up for an extra, $2 million maybe? If you sign him 8 years, $9 million, or dare I even say $10 million, which sounds crazy for a guy who has a career high of 26 goals, this could end up saving you major money in the long run. And the fact that it doesn't give Cole the freedom to kind of be like, oh, the Habs aren't that great, let's check on what the Florida Panthers are doing right now, that means that you will probably get Cole Caufield to stay a Montreal Canadien for much longer than if you bridge him. I know it's different than how the NHL used to be. It used to be that you pay guys for what they've done for you. Look at Kane and Taves' contrast. Thank you for your service is what that $10 million was to those guys. Now you have to try to predict, and yes, it's dangerous because you could end up paying $10 million to a guy who's injury prone or who is overhyped or something, but you have to take that risk in order to keep great players on your team. Because honestly, right now, the league is not fair in terms of teams like Vegas, like Florida, like Tampa, like LA. These are the teams that can sign guys no problem, and they have an unfair advantage. Not just the state tax, but the weather, the fact of being able to go to Starbucks without getting recognized 50 times. Like, they have unfair advantages. So Canadian markets especially need to get out in front of this and need to find a way to keep their players locked up long term. But yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that matter because I think it is crucial. And I'm hearing a lot of people saying, oh, well, I mean, with the stalemate that Cole and the Canadiens are at right now, it might just be beneficial to sign him to a bridge deal, $7 million. We'll deal with it later. Trust me, you do not want to deal with it later. This is when you do the Tim Stützle, the Jack Hughes, even if you have to overpay the kid right now. You could end up with a Leon Draisaitl type contract. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.